This 2016 CP3 Rising Stars broadcast is brought to you by Shot Tracker, bringing elite-level analytics to every level of the game. Game Changer Nation, creating world-class athletes around the globe. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Jordan Brand, greatness overcomes.
Be right back. It's live. I gotta check on that scoreboard.
Thanks for joining us here at CP3 Rising Stars, the national count. This matchup is the Raptors versus the Raptors, one already underway. Live from Court 2 here at Forsyth Country Day School in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. Coming up on the 15-minute mark, that three-pointer, good to go. Knocks that one down, pats himself on the back. We'll get that jersey number for you shortly. Good-looking uniforms for this year's camp, but you've only got the numbers on the back, so sometimes it may take us a second. But that was number 74, Anthony A.J. Hoggart, out of Parksburg, Pennsylvania. Makes it a 5-point lead for the Rockets there with that triple. Tries to wrap that pass around, it's poked out. Long drive there for number 165. That was Jamari Sibley. Sibley was so long and so high there on that shot, it almost would have been easier to dunk it than to try to lay it in. Tried to lay it down and in, and it kicked off the back of the rim. That's a great problem to have when you look at that size and length. Sibley definitely a player to keep an eye on here throughout this matchup. A very confident player and on a good stage to show you exactly why he has that confidence. It's a 7-point contest. And we'll have a traveling violation against the Raptors. Wide open Jay as he reads the situation nicely and knocks down this second triple of the first half. A.J. Hoggart has to play his high school ball at Archbishop Carroll there in PA. Travel ball team final. 10-point contest. Now they get it to Sibley. Good defense, better offense by Sibley. Number 170, Isaiah Todd. He had a hand in there, might have even got Sibley across the wrist there. Sibley just still able to finish and make it a 12-point contest. Todd tries to go back at him. Can't get the jumper to go. Rockets ball. Lead now 12. Doing a good job there at the point guard position is Hoggart. They're just setting up that pick and roll for him and tell him, read it. Read it, young man. So far, he's read it to the tune of a couple threes. There, saw the big man open on the roll. Couldn't connect, but still, proper read. And the pass, we'll see if they can convert next time around. Good floater. They're around the outstretched arm of Sibley. That was number 49, Jalen Cone. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound brought down by number 190, Cal Maska. Way too strong on the shot. Sibley's running, they get it to him. Thought it might have been a little late, but he's still able to come down with it. Yes, sir, number 49, Jalen Cone. Not only sticking with it, coming up with that play, but it did not take him long to turn it into points. I'm not sure whether they're going to bring that one back. It's still 17-7, so something was called that still keeps the ball there with the Raptors. Will nullify that Cone dunk, but still he shows you what time it is in terms of his speed and how he can get downhill. Hoggard behind the back hesitates now to take a tough shot. Fouled on the play. As it looks like he and Jalen Cone exchanging some competitive words. Like seeing that matchup. They're doing things at point, two different styles. Hoggard, a little bit more slow, deliberate. Not molasses slow, just not as quick as Cone. It was very fast, but he has been able to knock down his jumper. So got a quick break in the action. We'll be right back with more CP3 Rising Stars. Back to the action just in time to see that lay-in by number 122, Jahari Long out of Houston, Texas. Makes it a 14-point lead for the Rockets. Being out of Houston, sure he doesn't mind being on the camp team called the Rockets here for the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Jumper knocked down there by number 189, Luke Richard Ramos. Deep three from the top of the key. First points of the contest, number 43, Ford Cooper. Cooper pushes the lead to 13 right before that bucket. Hard off the glass. Cut it back down to 11. Have to look at that jersey number once he turns around again. That was number 179 on that last bucket for the team in blue. That was Diego LaMonica. LaMonica makes it 24-13, and then his teammate follows that cab with a bucket of his own to bring them to within 8. Maybe that was number 93, Jaden Gale. No, that was 33. Tries to get back-to-back jumpers. He can't. LaMonica, great motor, can't get that shot to go. 33 is Calvin Randolph. My mistakes on that Randolph. That 33 looked like a 93 there deep in that corner where you hit that shot from. But we've got that cleared up. It's a 10-point contest. Shot in and out. Rebound brought down by Jaquan Scott. LaMonica, a player to keep an eye on. You see him get the defensive rebound there. He's done a great job constantly moving, using that size on the inside. You see him get a lot of his productivity just from being able to sprint from end to end. Rebounds on both ends and can finish. The same player to keep your eye on as this game continues. But plenty of talent out there on the floor. Pleasure to have you with us here on SUV TV. LaMonica, good job moving his feet, comes in, gets the rebound, and now the Raptors looking to roll with it. Shot missed. Follow-up attempt, no good. Rockets right back the other way. Trying to initiate the contact, a little out of control. This one is going back and forth. And we end that back and forth drought with no buckets with the Luke Richard Ramu layup to make it 20-26. 6-point game. The Raptors are trying to even this thing up. Monica, challenge one shot, comes in, blocks another. Gets an attaboy there from the coach on the sideline. You know, the dunks, the ankle breakers, those are going to be the things that make the quick clips. But you see a lot of blue-collar plays and good basketball plays that take place throughout the course of these few days. Monica there with the jump hook. His ears must have been burning. Told you to watch out for him. He's giving you a couple exhibits as to why. That jump hook makes it 22-26. Randolph with the rebound. Pass ahead. Weight room. That one scored there by Luke Richard Ramu. Raleigh, North Carolina, Ravenscroft School. That's where he's headed. Lays his travel ball for Team Wall. He makes it 25-26. It's one of those, I can care less if the ref calls this foul or not. This is a bucket. That one floated up and high off the mark. Another rebound for LaMonica. Spinning inside as it poked away. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Rockets trying to extend this narrow cushion. Meanwhile, the Raptors have been very stingy over the past few minutes. Transition 3 up and in. Assist by Ramu. Second three-pointer of the contest for Calvin Randolph. 28-26. 2-point advantage after that Randolph triple. Lay in by LaMonica. They forced the turnover and they'll get it back. So the Raptors liking prosperity so far in this one. They've come back, they've gotten the lead and trying to hold on to it. Randolph dials up another three, can't get his third of the first half. LaMonica with the offensive rebound, showing you the first jump hook wasn't a fluke. Follows back with another one. Pushes the lead to 6. Diego LaMonica, he's out of Miami, Florida. He'll be playing his high school ball at Gulliver Prep. Approaching the 2-minute mark. They will hit the Raptors with a travel. Back over to the Rockets. Rockets now trailing by 6. Coast to coast. Look, Richard Ramo, but they're a learning opportunity for my guy Diego LaMonica. He's had a great game, but they're a little overzealous as he just negated another strong take, a potential and one by Luke Richard Ramo. But you see he and Ramo exchange a dap on the way back down. LaMonica was regretful as soon as he came off the rim, but I take an error out of hustle over being lackadaisical any day. Luke Richard echoed those sentiments as he just shook it off. He and LaMonica have done too much damage together here in this first half to sweat that one play. It's a 9-point lead now for the Raptors after trailing early on. under a minute left to play here in the first half. Luke Richard Rommel, he's strong and he's quicker than he might look. Not to say he looks slow, but he's a little stockier. I think guys have sort of slept on him. He's had a very effective first half. Monica can't get the follow. No conversion on the other end. Good hustle to come up with it for number 122. That's Jahari Long. It's an 11-point game. Deep three-pointer. Off the mark. And that will do it for the first half. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We'll be back with second half action live from CP3 Rising Stars.
Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these.
This 2016 CP3 Rising Stars broadcast is brought to you by Shot Tracker, bringing elite-level analytics to every level of the game. Game Changer Nation, creating world-class athletes around the globe. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Jordan Brand, greatness overcomes.
Welcome back to the CP3 Rising Stars National Camp. The best shooter here at this week's camp will receive the Shot Tracker Shooter of the Week award, and will take home a Shot Tracker package and shooting sleeve. Those that aren't familiar with Shot Tracker, you can track your shot attempts, makes and misses to really make those reps count, and really figure out where you can fine-tune your shot and your game. For those that might have been checking out via the webcast or have been here on site and now looking at the webcast, feel free to submit your nomination for the Shot Tracker Shooter of the Week award by tweeting at SUVTV, giving us the player's name and saying they should be nominated for the @Get Shot Tracker Shooter of the Week award. We got a good game here between the Raptors and the Rockets. Rockets started off leading early, and it was the Raptors that took the momentum as well as the lead. They had a second unit that really came in and got things done. No knock to the first unit. Jalen Cone had a good start, even though they were trailing for the majority of the time he was on the floor. Big part of that was the young man with the ball now, Anthony A.J. Hoggart, who had 3 triples there in the first half and was really doing a good job. Just basic pick and roll basketball, and they were going with his reading of the situation, and it paid dividends early on. But you had a second unit that played well from top to bottom, specifically Luke Richard Ramo and Diego LaMonica's play stands out. They came in, made it harder to score on the inside, and converted on the other end with offensive rebounds as well as being able to score in transition. Callan Randolph had a few key threes in that first half run as well that put them up. Tough shot taken right there. Now here's Hoggart. Hoggart to Sibley. Sibley, easy chin up on the rim. Not a bad look for Cone. He just can't knock it down. Hoggart gonna try a 3. Splash. If he lets the big fella know a little something about it, going back the other way. 170, Isaiah Todd. Hoggart makes it a 6-point game. That one might have been off the foot of Cone, and indeed it was. Official right there on top of the play. Good defense. 6-point game in favor of the Raptors. The fella gets hit with the travel. He wanted the foul call. No such luck. Those 2 points will come via the shooting foul. That was number 51 on the attack, Devontae Davis. Davis out of Jacksonville, Arkansas, representing Team Portis Wings Elite. That one out of play. It will stay on this side of the floor. Rebound cleared out of there by Chris Moore. Chris Moore out of West Memphis. He's really looking forward on representing that area here in this event. Off to a good start in doing so. Rebound on one end, a finish on the other. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be back with more here from CP3 Rising Stars.
Powered by AssistantBasketballCoach.com.
Back from that quick substitution timeout. 35-39 in favor of the Raptors. If you haven't checked out the Assistant Basketball Coach app and you're a hooper, you are missing out. There's no way in the world you'll check that app out and won't find something to take away from the drills, plays, and the special content that they have for hoopers across the nation. Even some coaches will find things there when it comes to the sets, some of the coaches' clinics, sessions, and special features there. That dunk, the fella hanging all over the rim at last play for the Raptors was number 170, Isaiah Todd out of Richmond, Virginia. But the Rockets answer back on the other end and make it a 4-point game. Now Todd trying to show some of that range. That one kicks off the top of the system and will go back the other way. Both Isaiah Todd and Sibley have sort of canceled each other out. Not to where you haven't seen positive flashes from both of them and seen that talent, but neither one really letting the other one get off here in this game. Step back jumper from the corner for Hoggart. That one won't go. Get that out of here, says Sibley, but it did make contact with the backboard first. Approaching the 13-minute mark here in the second half. Tough work there by Todd. And the thing about it is, when you look at both Todd and Jamari Sibley, not to put those guys in a box to say they can't do anything off the dribble or from the perimeter, but you make it a lot tougher to get going in this game when you look at the length you have to go against. When you look at your defender, got to be able to put yourself in a better position to score versus a one-on-one move outside on the perimeter with a long hand in your face. Sibley running the floor. Now that's a high percentage shot for him. Get yours going by running the floor like Sibley just did there, using that athleticism. She even kind of saw Todd on that last possession. He didn't get the ball, but he went right to the block and called for it. So I think both guys are kind of seeing, yeah, I got an ability to do a little bit of shake and bake, make a play happen out there on the perimeter, but I got to go to my bread and butter, try to use this size against my opponent. As Todd gets the lay-in. 44-45, close one here. Give me that, says Jalen Cone. Love Cone's energy, doesn't just use it on the offensive end. He's all over the place. 50-50 ball. I think he doesn't agree with that percentage. Feels like it's more in his favor. He will not accept the 50-50. Goes back, gets the steal there. Now he'll bring it across. As the Raptors' advantage has been cut to 1. Cone gets it back. Todd off the mark on the shot. Doing a good job of rebounding is Chris Moore. Talked about rebounding being a key part of his game. Have a foul against Todd there, so you can automatically count the 2 for Sibley. Again, I think the Raptors got to be careful here. Take there by Todd and the follow. Follow there by number 190, Kyle Maska. Raptors got to be careful. It was their second unit that moved the ball around, looked for the good shot that put them in the lead. The past few possessions have been very one-on-one ball in nature. They haven't set a screen on a possession probably the past 3 or 4. That's a good look on the inside. Maska can't get it to go, but want to at least give yourself a chance to move the ball around, make sure everybody has good energy, similar to the way you saw this second unit for the Raptors do there in the first half. We'll see any noticeable differences now that that same second unit is back here on the floor. Pass inside to LaMonica. LaMonica gathers himself and lays it in. Heard a whistle blow. I think they got him for the travel there. Looked like a close one. Thought he kept the pivot foot still, slid the other one a little bit, but don't count that bucket. Travel there, but that second unit didn't take long to show you their style of play. Quick look inside and a bucket prior to the travel. LaMonica looking for Ramo. Ramo sticks with it, can't get the shot to go. Calvin Randolph hesitates for a second, then gets fouled in the act of shooting. Count those 2 free throws. That will push the lead to 3 points for the Raptors. Calvin Randolph, they respect that jump shot, part of what helps set up that foul there on the drive. Lead is now 6 for the Raptors. Hand and face, still not enough to bother that shot. Number 164, Jaquan Scott. Out of DeSoto, Texas, headed to DeSoto High School. Right back at you, Calvin Randolph. 4th three-pointer of the game. Out of right here in North Carolina, Burnsville. Lead now 6 for the Raptors. By himself is Luke Richard Ramo. A power dribble. Good quick hands on the inside. I thought there was no way they kept him from scoring once Luke Richard got it that low. The Rockets had other plans there on the nice steal. They convert on the other end. That strip was made by number 102. Kendrick Robinson. Good defense by Robinson leads to a lay-in on the other end. Lay-in was made by number 41, Dominique Nguyen. Randolph settles behind the screen for another triple. 5-piece. 5th three-pointer of the game makes it a 7-point lead. Hoggard gets the step on LaMonica in the N1. Amo goes behind the back and finishes. Richard Ramo. It's been a team effort here for the Raptors in this second unit, but his play has really spearheaded things as he's outrunning guards that if you were looking at the airport test, he shouldn't be able to run with. One of the sturdier guards out there, but still getting up and down, making plays, and helping his team stay up in the process. Got their last 4 points, pushes the lead to 8. Coming up on the final 5 minutes of this one. Tries a 3, why not? Why not? Coach is fired up on the sideline, so is Luke Richard. The Raleigh, North Carolina native makes it 54-65. Try to answer back with the 3. No good, but they get the offensive board. Hoggard Able to get that step on LaMonica. LaMonica plays on the inside, but does a pretty good job staying in front of players on the perimeter. But Hoggart is able to use that ability to hit the shot. But that first step to get the beat on LaMonica and capitalize. The past few times they've matched up. Under 4 minutes remaining now. Hoggart no good on the jumper. LaMonica finish. Pushes the lead to double digits now. See how the Rockets respond here. Plenty of time left. In terms of you don't have to rush it. But time also of the essence with it being a running clock until the final minute. They move it around. Try to pick their spots. They turn into one-on-one ball. Heat check for Luke Richard. Can't get that shot to go. Not a bad option there. His second three-pointer of the second half for Jaquan Scott. 6'6", plays on Team Texas Shooters. Good bounce pass ahead to Hoggart. Hoggart and one. What a pretty pass there on that play. I believe that was Wynn. He got it to Hoggart. Hoggart with the lay-in and one. This time it's a dunk. As Hoggart has changed the complexion of this game, 63-67. 4-point contest as we approach the 2-minute mark. Two minutes and counting. There's a nice little run by the Rockets. It made it a 4-point game. Let's see how the Raptors respond. Hoggart called for the foul. Definitely some contact there on the play. Can't knock a man for trying. The cut by Randolph. Good composure there by Randolph. He's knocked down the jumpers, but don't let that fool you into thinking Iman's coming inside the perimeter. He's been able to finish the few times he's picked his spots and went in. That one's blocked by LaMonica, rescued away. 6-point lead. Timely response there for the Raptors after that Callan Randolph jumper. LaMonica wheeling, dealing, and scoring inside. Players that can score with their back to the basket are a commodity. Now that one was a little bit more in flux. Wasn't just a traditional back to the basket move in terms of getting it into post, but he's also been able to use that same hook back to the basket. That's a commodity at whatever level, especially being taken by a guy that's a rising freshman. Not right of the Rockets though. That one hit the glass first, but instead they'll just give it to the Raptors there along the baseline and they turn it over. It'll be interesting to see if that 2 points affects the game. It was a goaltend. They didn't give him the 2 points. They gave him the ball back, but they turned it over. 5-point game. Hoggart looking for space. Three. Good. Hoggart wanted the and one there. They'll only give him 3, but it's... Oh, no, they gave him an and one. 4-point play there. Big time stretch here for Anthony A.J. Hoggart, making Pennsylvania proud. It's a 1-point game. It'll be a 1-and-1 scenario. What a stretch for Hoggart. He had a 3, followed that up with a steal and a dunk. 2 threes over the past 30 seconds. You're Randolph. You got to hit both of these. He misses the first. They battle for the rebound, and it's going to be brought down there, and they get it in the hands of Hoggard. He's the pick to click, trying to get from point A to point B. Of course he did. He goes coast to coast. Ladies and gentlemen, that's game time. Anthony A.J. Hoggard with a great stretch. Is there a foul call there at the end? There appears to be some dispute. I tell you what, Anthony A.J. Hoggard. I'm not just going to call him A.J. I'm not going to say Anthony. I'm going to give you his full name. Anthony A.J. Hoggard with a great stretch to close that one as they win it 72-71 through the Rockets. Great game down the stretch there for Hoggard.